What's up, Pokefans? This is Hyper Paradox, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Trading Card Game. In the last episode, we defeated both Ryan and Andrew, and in this episode, we're going to take on the Rock Club Master, Gene. He speaks very highly of rock, so let's take on the Rock Club Master, Gene, and his Rock Crusher deck. Cue epic music! Now, is it me, or does Gene bear a striking resemblance to Professor Oak in a way? I don't really know if they're distant relatives or something of the sort. But let's just take him on. I'm gonna put in Zubat because not only is he strong against Gene's Pokemon, but he also has a resistance to fighting. Alright, so without further ado, let's get this duel started. Now, Gene's deck is very similar to Matthew's in that it's just your basic rock Pokemon deck. Sorry about that. The problem is that his Onix and his Rhyhorns can soak up a lot of damage before they're knocked out. Not only that, but they can use other attacks to help them stall for more time while he builds up his Geodude and Diglett on the bench, and eventually evolves them as you've seen right there. So I'm going to strengthen up my bench. And Plus Power unfortunately will not work. But let's see if I can confuse Graveler with Supersonic. No such luck. See, he's gonna keep using Harden to stall. And even with the Plus Power, my attack would only do 30 damage. So it's not going to help me much. Okay, good. The Supersonic worked this time. Now I won't be able to use it as easily. So you're just gonna remove my energy cards, aren't you? Ooh, Venusaur, nice. Let's see if we can do some damage here. Now, I don't think he can retreat because Graveler needs 3 energy cards to retreat. Okay, let's get Bulbasaur ready for evolving, just as soon as I get an Ivysaur in my hand. But while Geodude and Diglett aren't that threatening in their basic forms, their evolved forms are definitely a lot more dangerous. Golem especially is very powerful, because it can do 60 damage with one of its attacks, and it can do 100 with self-destruct at the cost of knocking itself out. Dugtrio as well is also very threatening. It can use Slash for 40 damage, and right there, actually, it can, well, actually we're going to demonstrate that right now. It can use Slash for 40 damage, but if it can get, one more energy card on it, it'll use Earthquake for 70 damage at the cost of damaging each of the Pokemon on his bench by 10. So all in all, his evolved Pokemon are definitely not to be underestimated. Fortunately, however, as I said earlier in the duel, Zubat resists fighting Pokemon. I'm actually going to try and boost up Caterpie here, because Leech Life seems to be doing the job for now. It'd be even better if I could actually draw my Golbat that's hidden somewhere in my deck. Okay, Tangela, well, that's not exactly what I was looking for. So let's just finish this Dugtrio off. I'm kind of wondering why he didn't go for Earthquake. Oh, well, then again, Onix wouldn't have been able to knock me out anyway. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to discard both Tangela and Exeggutor, and there it is, Golbat, because I want to finish this duel off quickly. So let's use Leech Life. And then on my next turn, I'm going to use Wing Attack to finish him off. Because yeah, he can't do anything. I'm not sure if he actually has any potions in his deck. I think he does. But he just didn't get them. Not that they would have helped him anyway. Alright, so, one last thing to take care of is this Diglett here. Alright, there we go. Gene has been defeated because there are no more Pokemon on his bench. But all in all, if you let him set up, then Gene can actually be a very dangerous opponent. Unless you have Grass Pokemon, obviously. And, by defeating him, we have earned our second medal, the Rock Medal, which looks like a rupee from The Legend of Zelda for some reason. And we get 2 mystery packs to boot. And, ooh, Articuno! I actually do not have this card yet. Very nice. Let's see, what else do we get? Vileplume. Yeah, I already have one of those. Now, I'm actually going to switch to my other deck, which is a fighting deck. Because, guess who's going to meet us in the lobby? It's Ronald. Yep. Hi, Mark. How you doing? So you won the second medal? You must have been really lucky. I'll see how good you really are. Come on, let's duel. So he'll give us a really rare card if we win. So let's take on Ronald and his I'm Ronald deck. Bad news is that if you lose to him, this is the only... you won't be able to get that rare card until post-game. The good news is that he's not too terribly difficult. And I'm going to send in Machop and put Hitmonlee on the bench. Please let me go first. Thank you! And, oh jeez, this Lapras here. Lapras is such an annoying Pokemon. Mainly because it's very bulky. And the fact that its water gun gets stronger the more energy you attach to it. Not only that, it can confuse you for 2 energy. Still, I'm of the opinion that it should have had 3 energy to confuse. Okay. Well, even if... Come on, don't... Good, thank you. Poison? No, that's Confuser. Jeez, I cannot talk today. Alright. Let's see. Ooh, Diglett and Dugtrio. Wouldn't hurt to get that ready. So I'm actually going to get that ready. Alright, unless it confuses me, I can knock this thing out. Okay, good. It's not going to confuse me for once. The coin tosses are in my favor. But oh wow, I got so caught up I didn't even mention Ronald's deck. His deck has a mixture of fire, water, and fighting Pokemon. So in essence, it's kind of similar to the decks that you start out, to one of the 3 decks you start out with. It's got some basic Pokemon, some evolution Pokemon as well, and also it's got relatively few trainer cards. I like to think of it as a stronger variant of Aaron's decks. So if you beat Ronald, then you can... if you can defeat Aaron, then you can probably defeat Ronald. Now that I have Dugtrio out, I think I'm going to be a little bit easy. I think things will be a little bit easier for me. Because I don't think he has... I actually don't know what he has on his bench, though. I'm going to go ahead and check on it. Okay, he's got a Seal. Well, first things first, let's heal you with a potion. And let's throw an energy card on Hitmonlee just in case. So let's take out this Growlithe. And... see if we can get... Well, actually... Okay, good. He didn't put another Pokemon on the bench. Because now, what we can do is we can attach a 4th Fighting Energy on Dugtrio, and then hit it with an Earthquake. Earthquake does 70 damage, and it does 10 damage to each of your benched Pokemon. So be careful about using it too much. It's still a very good attack, though. Haha, you lose! I wasn't really trying that hard. Oh, that's a lame excuse. Well, a loss is a loss, so I'll have to give you this card. And we receive a Jigglypuff, level 12. Excellent. I believe this was one of the, another one of the Pokemon League promo cards. First Aid, you remove a damage counter from Jigglypuff. Double Edge, 40 damage in exchange for 20 damage to yourself. So, yeah, if you want to use that or the Jungle Jigglypuff, it's entirely up to your preference. But one thing we want to do is we want to go back to Ishihara's house because off-screen I discovered he wants to trade for another card. So let's talk to him. Hello, Mark. And this time he wants a Ditto. He wants a Ditto in exchange for a Flying Pikachu. So let's take him up on his offer. And we get a promotional card, Flying Pikachu. This thing is pretty cool because it's actually resistant to fighting and doesn't have any weaknesses. Only downside is that it only has 40 HP. So, I think it's slightly more useful than the Surfing Pikachu, personally. But let's also go back to the Grass Club and see if this person wants a trade again. Okay, so she wants a Charizard for a Blastoise. Well, I've got a few Charizards, so let's take her up on her offer. And we receive a Blastoise, level 52. And that's the last trade she's going to make with us. She won't be making any more trades. Excellent. Very nice. So, as for the next, club we're going to take on, we're actually going to take on the Lightning Club next. But I think I'm going to end the video right here. So, in the next episode of Let's Play Pokemon Trading Card Game, we're going to go ahead and take on the Lightning Club. So if you like what you see, subscribe to my videos, give me a positive review. This is Hyper Paradox, signing off.